Man, did we need that win right there. That was nail-biting finish as usual here. But we win a one-run ball game. That's the rare occurrence, or it seems to be lately, and the record's not that great in one-run ball games. Nonetheless, Jays win 6-5 against the Cleveland Indians and even up the series. Looking forward to the finale tomorrow afternoon. And right off the top, let's talk about Devin Travis, because he's been making a lot of errors lately. And they're not mental mistakes. They're like physical. He's throwing the ball away. I mean, they could be mental too. I mean, it depends the situation that's in his head. But he's throwing the ball away. He's throwing the ball when he shouldn't be, like as he did yesterday, right, on the double play ball where it wasn't even close. I mean, what I personally think is that he is rushing a play. And right away when you rush a play, you're kind of screwed. And you had plenty of time. You know, he's a young player. He's going through the little bit of struggles. I mean, his bat's still okay. So, I can't get mad at him for that. He's still a 300 hitter pretty much. Just about 300, 290, 300 in there somewhere. But his defense is going to come along. I mean, it's going to take time. He's a young guy. He hasn't played a full year in the bigs. Even after this year, he won't play a full year because he's been out a few games here and there. He was out a little while earlier in the year. It's gonna happen. I mean, he's a young guy. The bad stuff's gonna happen. It just sucks that one error he made cost us 5 runs in one inning. But you know what? I can't put the whole blame on him. I mean, yes, you have to have that double play, and yes, you would have had nobody on and 2 out instead of 2 on and nobody out. But as Aaron Sanchez on the mound, you've got to kind of keep your composure. He did with the sac fly, but then it started to rain, and maybe balls slipped. It probably did, and he's a young guy. Like, he's been so good this year. He's gonna have a struggle. He was dynamite the first 3 innings. I mean, he was lights out, and he was pretty good in the 4th until the error was made, and then things started to change. But the one thing about Aaron Sanchez that I had to give him 100% credit for, even though they hit the home run, he finished off the inning strong. He didn't, give up another hit, or he didn't give up another walk, or he shut them down. That was the end of his night. He was done after 4 innings, which for Aaron Sanchez ain't great. I mean, see, his stat line does not look good at all. It was 4 innings, 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, and a walk. Hang on. He struck out the side in the first, and I think he struck out a guy in the second, or something like. I know he struck out 3 guys in the first. Okay? That one walk on here was a leadoff guy in the 4th. All 4 runs were in that inning. Oh, the 4 hits? They were in that inning too. The first 3 innings, he was lights out. He didn't have a walk. He didn't give up a hit in the first 3. He might have struck out all 5 in the first 3 innings. He was dynamite. It's going to happen as a young pitcher. So that's what we got to take as a grain of salt. He's a young guy going through him and Travis kind of going through it together. But you know what? You know who stepped up? The veterans. And that's what you need. The veterans need to back up the young guys. Bounce them back. Tell them, hey, this is a team game. Yeah, they tied the game. It's not over. And that's what Edwin did. He maybe didn't say it, but he showed. Comes out the next inning, drops a bunt. Are you crazy? It surprised everyone. To be honest, I think it surprised Edwin himself. Like, what is this? But, next pitch, what's he decide to do? Oh, he hits a dinger. Just goes straight deep. I mean, just unbelievable. Gives Jays the 6-5 lead. And the way that game was going, you're kind of thinking, well, whatever. It's not going to last. You need more than 1 run. The Jays did have their opportunities to get more than 1 run. They did have 14 hits. So, it was a pretty good game overall for the Bats. Just couldn't come through at times with some clutch hits. They did in the first, obviously. Or the second, excuse me. But the one thing I want to commend is the bullpen. Joe Biagini comes out after that rough 4th, goes in the 5th and the 6th, 2 innings, 1 hit, No walks, no runs, a strikeout. Done. Easy. Good job. That guy's a towering figure on the mound. Hey, you look at him, he's, holy crud, you're huge. And it's just like the way he pitches. He acts like a Sasquatch or something. He's so dominant out there. And then you get Benoit coming out in the seventh, just like, oh, all right, here comes another clean slate. There you go. Like that. It's normal for the guy. It's weird. Same with Grilly. I mean, you see him go out there. He's like, okay, how's he gonna get out of this no-run inning anyway? This time, is he gonna strike out the side? Is he gonna get in trouble but get out of it? He gives up a hit, strikes out a guy, easy peasy. Then Roberto Osuna for the ninth. Who's up first? Oh, Jose Ramirez. Oh, he tied the game in the previous. He tied the game in the previous game. There we go. But Roberto pitches him very well, and then gets a reaching pop up to the left fielder Ezekiel Carrera. 1 out. Strikes out Chisenhall on a sneaky fastball in the outer half. You can't really touch that. I mean, it's a great pitch. And then he gets, Tyler Naquin, who hits the inside the park home run the previous night ago. He gets him to ground out to Darwin Barney at third base. Ball game. He needed that. As a young guy, you want to get right back out there. You want to get right out there and say, I'm right back. Here we go. Goes 3 up, 3 down inning, gets a strikeout. Good job, Roberto. But I want to commend the Cleveland Indians, man. Like, I really do. You went through the first 3 innings, and going into the bottom of the 4th, you're down 5-0. Like, a lot of people would give up at that point. Clearly, your team didn't. They took advantage of our error, and that's what good teams do. Good teams like the Cleveland Indians, like the Kansas City Royals last year. You make a mistake, they will hurt you. And they did. I give full credit for that. But it was the battle of the bullpens at the end, and we won this battle. I mean, can we take one? Like, we're half a game up in our division race. You guys are 7. I mean, come on, please. Help us. A little bit. Nonetheless, Jays win, and it's... thank goodness. I mean, if we lost this game and Boston won, they'd be ahead of us, and we wouldn't have gained any ground on Baltimore. It would have been miserable, and... But the fortunes changed. Get back in the win column. And the Jays seem to find a way to win after they lose the opener of a series. The last 3 series they've played, they've lost the opener and then won the next 2. I don't know why it's happening that way. I'm okay with it because we win the series. I would have liked to sweep a series at some point. But you win series. If you win series, you're going to do well. And they have a chance to do that tomorrow. Marcus Stroman takes the hill against Corey Kluber. Now, that's going to be an interesting game. A lot of people would look at the stats line and they'd be like, oh, Kluber's going to crush him. Both pitchers are pitching exceptionally well. I mean, we've seen the stats on Corey Kluber. I mean, you Cleveland Indian fans know what he's all about, the way he's been pitching of late. I mean, he reminds us Jays fans of Jay Happ, the way that guy's pitching, right? He's pitching so well. And Marcus Stroman's not doing too shabby himself. I mean, he was very, very good in his last start against the Astros, going 6 1/3. He had 8 Ks. You know, he's been very, very, what's the word? Solid, I guess would be the simple word to use. It's going to be a very tight game, as it was in the opener. We'll see what happens. A positive note for the Jays fans, if you want to think maybe we have a chance tomorrow against Kluber, you guys remember that 17-1 swamping 2 games after the 19-inning game where we absolutely obliterated the Indians? Kluber was pitching. And he was pitching well at that point in the season. But you never know from one day to the next how a pitcher's going to pitch. So tomorrow's going to be an interesting game. Still, it is an afternoon game. It's not a night game like today's one. It's going to be a good one. Hopefully the weather holds up in Cleveland. We get this game in. And the next day is an off day for the Blue Jays to get ready for their home 6-game series. Or 3-game and then another 3-game. Because we don't want to look too far ahead. Angels, Twins, and then we'll look at it from there. So that's going to do it for this video. If you like the video, hit that like button. It shows me the love, and I really appreciate that. Love in the comments. I'm loving it. I love hearing from the people that watch. It's so fun to interact with you and all that. And hit that subscribe button if you really like the videos and want to see more. Because, hey, like I keep saying, they're coming out every game. Whether I miss a game, you'll get two games the next day, or however many games I miss. So that's going to do it for this one. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow afternoon. It'll be an afternoon one I'm posting. And hopefully the Jays will have a series win against the Cleveland Indians coming home. We'll see you guys post-game.